Good afternoon to Basement Dad fam, to Basement Dad, 3:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8/14/2026. Silver market's up, gold's up, platinum's up. It's a beautiful thing. We have lined up our next purchase. It's going to be in a little couple hours. Justin the Metal Guy's coming by. I'll show you the contents of that purchase when I make it. I want to go a little bit harder on that purchase, but I also got to save some money for this weekend, and we're going to a show, and our second vendor that we like is going to be at that show, and I'll explain why we like that vendor as well. But we bought from Justin, our metal guy. We got a good price on some good stuff as normal. He came to me earlier this week with a half-ounce gold eagle, and I turned it down. Just couldn't swing it this week, knowing that this upcoming show was coming, and I also want to continue paying off some other short-term debts. I don't want to have all these debts that are open when things go awry, if they go awry. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But anyways, I just want to show you the price on Kitco. Let's go into my ounces here. I want to show you a couple things I'm working on. All my fractional stuff has been added in. The last thing I need to add in officially is the new stuff we're getting today, and my kids' ounces, which I can tag to their individual, like Kid 1, Kid 2, Kid 3, etc. Can't reveal their names or whatever, but I'll tag it to their kid ID or kid number. I don't know. I'll figure out something, and then I can filter their stacks individually. I have not added their stacks in, but anyways, this is all my fractional gold. This is 1 grams, 2 grams. This is the 1 gram Belcombis, the 0.2 grams, the 1/200th ounce rounds are in here. The 0.66 grams of St. Gaudens pieces are in there. Silver Seeker 1 gram bars in here. All these different 1 gram pieces right here. They come out to 0.87 ounces or $3,800 worth of gold in this bag right here. That's insane. Fractional gold. Love it. Anyways, we sold off 300 ounces of silver a couple weeks ago. We did all generic rounds, all generic bars. We sold them off, traded them off, etc. at the Livonia show. And we picked up a 1 ounce platinum bar, Engelhard, and then we picked up a 1 ounce gold maple. I think eventually 1 ounce pieces are going to be unaffordable for most people. So that's part of what's leading me into part of this video today. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to close this so I can have both hands free. I think fractional is the way to go for gold. Even if you got to pay the premiums on it now, just to get the 1/10 in your hands over the long run. Preserving your purchasing power in fractional pieces is going to be such a good, or if you can truly be fiscally responsible and you can save up for an ounce, that's the way to go. But I mean, to be able to put $4,300, $4,400 down at one time for one piece, that's insane. For most families, let me say it that way. In 2 months of daycare costs being saved starting in 2 weeks, I'll be able to do that every couple months if I wanted to. I won't. I'm still going to buy smaller fractional stuff and just chip away at the total weight by having smaller fractional divisible stuff that can melt down all the same. So, anyways, purpose of this, it's going to be a longer video, so just bear with me. I don't have many generic rounds left. Grenada, Dominica, this is East Caribbean Bank. The last show we bought my wife a Polar Bear Cubs round. This is $9.99. Here's our Timu Silver Maple. This is a Silver Maple Leaf from 1987. Made in the USA, for what that's worth. So they tried copying Canada's Maple Leaf even way back in 87 before I was born. So that's interesting. Here is a generic, what is that, the Leopard Shark? That is the Leopard Shark, yes. Then we got our 40th anniversary Dig Dug round. My kid and I bought one of these each from Justin the Metal Guy. My kid put 73 of his own dollars into that ounce of silver when silver was $73 an ounce to get that. I told him, don't worry about being down on that. Just be thankful you have the ounce. The yellowfin tuna. Then we got the marlin round. It's pretty cool. And then my infamous Bitcoin round, I bought that on the way up last year with a $55 tag on it when silver was $60 an ounce. I rode this all the way up into the hundreds, came back down with it, didn't sell it. I really like this round. It's really cool. So there's all my generic stuff. Here's some of the eagles. I ran out of room for all of them in this spot. I don't care if they're painted or not. They're eagles. They're going to melt down. They're going to literally melt down to 999, so I don't really care. Here's my favorite one. This toned eagle with the Wolverine claw in the blue and yellow tone. That's sweet. I like that one. People are always telling me, oh, tone, blob, BU uncirculated. I don't care about that. It's going to melt down to 1 ounce, all the same, at the end of the day. And if you sell and buy for melt value, not for the premiums of the Eagles, who cares? I have an ounce of silver that somebody else cannot get. So, that's my opinion there. What am I doing with this actual video, and why is this going so long? I owe you guys a video for not going 2 days without videos. I've been thinking about it more and more. I really like the Goldback philosophy. That being said, oh, those are upside down, but anyways, I love the idea of the Goldback. Here's a 2 Goldback, a 1/500th. I'm gonna keep buying these, I think, just as time permits. Quarters, half, 1, I don't care. In a different video, I'm going to download the Goldback app. I'm going to show you how all this works if you haven't done it yet. This is a really cheap way to get friends and family into gold without having to commit $160 for a gram or more or whatever. You know, you can $2. $2 can get you a piece of gold. Not a big piece of gold, but it's a piece of gold. So, and that $2 you would have spent on a Reese's peanut butter cup or something. So, I mean, in reality, it's not a big deal for what that's worth. So anyways, the Goldbacks, I really like these. Jeff from Vintage Varieties, my other metal guy, he is a Goldback dealer up here in Michigan. So when I need Goldbacks, I just go to him. He's got a pricing sheet, and I can, you know, I think these are like $3 a piece. If you buy a 10-pack, they're $2.50 a piece. So if you buy 100 of them, it's like $2.20 or $2.25 a piece. So not a bad deal, honestly. And there's like $2 worth of gold in them, so you're not really losing a whole bunch to premium. You're losing some, but not a whole bunch. Last but not least, my silver crystal. We're going to continue stacking this stuff. Oh, dropped it. Oh, it broke off. Boom. Anyways, we really like this stuff. My kids absolutely love the way this looks. And, you know, you weigh it out, it's silver, and it's $9.99, so it's bullion. It's just before it gets molded into pores or molded into rounds or whatever. But you pick it up and, you know, here's a pretty cool piece. I like this one. Anyways, we're going to continue with Jeff. We're going to try and deal with his Goldbacks and his crystal. We like dealing with both of those. We like those. I love this. This is so cool. We're up to 27 ounces of silver in this crystal form. Roughly 1770 in melt right now. So, I mean, we've got, here's some. It broke off. There's some smaller pieces. So it breaks, and it's still silver. It melts down all the same. And you just sell it back to him, and he'll melt in the pores, worst case. And hopefully when you sell it back to him, silver spots up like double what you paid for it. But anyways, a little bit longer video today. I think the biggest thing for me, everybody should try to get 1 ounce of gold as one piece, whether it be fiscal, conservative, like responsibility to wait and save that much, or if you can trade into it just to have that 1 ounce. Not a bad play. You just gotta be careful with the Form 8300 when this goes to $10,000 eventually. I'm not selling this. I'm gonna let my wife take this to the grave with her, or give it to the kids. I don't care. But this is I think there's 23 1/10 ounce rounds in here. So I mean, there's 2 ounces of gold right in here. For what that's worth, all different sizes. Maples, there's a Krugerrand, there's some Pandas. But there's over 2 ounces of gold in this pouch right here. There's an ounce right here. There's 9/10 of an ounce right here. I'm up over 6 ounces of gold so far. I'm going to continue stacking and adding as I can. Gold is not $200 an ounce anymore like it was in 2000. It's now $4,400 an ounce, or $4,300. So, just for what it's worth, guys, a little longer form video. Just talking some thoughts, sharing my thoughts with you guys. And sorry about the lack of videos the last couple of days. Life's been crazy, and I'm just worn out. But I'm hoping to give you an update tomorrow on what we picked up today, and then an update after the show on Sunday. Thanks, guys. Please follow for more.